I played video games for years, and it would be terrible if I found out that I wasn't very good at video games. Had I fallen off? I'm old. I'm a dad now. Was it too late for me to become a pro gamer? The answer is yes. But I'm not one to shy away from an impossible task. I used to try to make a living off it, music. But what game was I going to play first? There was one that called my name. A game that had been with me in some form since the inception of my love for video games. Yes, Resident Evil 2. I played this game on Nintendo 64, my first video game system. And it was the first horror game that I played because my parents didn't understand the ESRB rating system. But everyone plays this. This game has been played through and through. What could I do to change the perspective? I went through some imposter syndrome issues and decided that, well, when you have imposter syndrome, you might as well be a shapeshifter. So what the hell? Loading up the game, I decided to play as Claire. We're hit with a commentary on America's passion for fast food and hating their wives.
She looks like a corpse. Like a walking corpse, man.
Sounds like my wife.
Why are we like this? I think this humor is played out, but hey, this game does take place in the 90s. Apparently, this guy hates jaywalkers as much as he hates women, so this bitch had it coming. Look at those gas prices! And look at that herb ice cream. Sell me that green herb ice cream. What is it, CBD? Fake ass shit. As we enter the gas station convenience store, we see a bloody police officer on the ground. But we have no time for that. Into the refrigerator we go. And we witness this brave officer doing his duty. Keeping citizens safe. Oh God, Claire, do something! Claire, what? Claire, what? Help him! You have a gun!
It's fucking raw.
Now, normally, I would dip, duck, dive, and dodge around this zombie to get the key out. But this time, I messed it up. Now, I've played this game multiple times, and I have pulled this off successfully. This time was different. A sign of things to come. As we run through the convenience store, I am furious that I did not get any herb ice cream. But that's made better when I meet this hunk. This tall drink of water is about as refreshing as herb ice cream. They take way too long to get to the cop car, which somehow they survive, and they hurry into town. After this, the game makes some sort of commentary about truck safety. Now, I was concerned about the bite that I had taken at the gas station. Luckily, even in hardcore mode, I was back to fine. I run quickly away from the zombies that are making the same noise that my daughter makes when I try to put her shoes on. And we get to the police station. We find the police are apparently also stuck on hardcore mode with bullet sponge zombies, and that they could probably use our help. But before that, I want to be a little cheeky and put the lion medallion in early so I don't have to think about it later. We go back and we open these shutters, and I have to ask, why the hell are these things here? Fire safety? Oh, right, we just lock people in various areas. We'll keep them safe from the fire unless the fire is actually in there. Crowd control? I guess, but don't the police have guns? Handcuffs? These things seem more like a hindrance than a help. Like they would only be useful in this exact circumstance. I actually Googled this to see if this is a thing in police stations, and I found nothing. So, if you can explain the madness to me, please, put it in the comments. As we slide under, we see that the janitor is going to have his work cut out for him.
Oh boy.
Grab some bullets from the press room, move a very poorly placed cabinet, and get the first aid spray from the bathroom, just in case. And we hurry to try and help the cop that we saw before. And Claire, we witness, has terrible bedside manner. A little bit cheeky sneaky with the zombie at the door, we run as fast as we possibly can to get through this hallway. And run to the shutter again. Why are these things here? We're just about to get got when Marv saves me.
Watch out!
You all right?
Yeah.
You're safe. For now.
After a quick powwow, we figure out that the brother we came here to find is apparently on vacation in Europe, and we just say,
It's great news.
"Really, Claire? You haven't heard from Chris in how long? You don't think he would tell you that he was going on vacation? We're just taking this at face value." Okay, we have a knife now, and Marv isn't looking so hot. You see, I hate to be all about the shutters, but this shutter makes sense. It's like a security shutter you'd use when you were closing for the night. This is a waiting room, I think, so typically closed to the public after hours. You know what? I'm not going to try and figure this out anymore. There's someone at the end of this hall taking a nap. When we try to rouse them, we find... Oh no. Through the hallway without stopping, we make it to a school? Is this where Leon would have been headed for his first day? No matter. We grab a map and hop out the window that leads to still inside. The game makes some comment on obesity in the US. And we sneak into this little armory. The reason I'm doing this is twofold. One, for the bullets, and two, for the Zambambos. There are 2 zombies in this area that I can lure in here. I don't think I can kill them both, but Officer Cartman is going to bust down the door first. I shoot his head way too many times, and he crumbles. I lure the other cop into this aisle and boogie on out. This hallway becomes crowded later in the game, so I want to do as much as possible to clear it out while still leaving me an opening to get the grenade launcher. Which is why I board up this window. I make the first save of my game like a coward and drop things off in an item box. Up the stairs, I grab the bullets next to this creepy lady and watch as the other zombie falls to the hallway below, undoing most of the work that I had just diligently done to keep it clear. No cap on the locker for some extra grenades. I abandon my attempt to clear the stairs and just go get the spade key. Moving on, we ignore the monster in the window and go into this creepy room, grabbing gunpowder, ammo, and dealing with the zombie that apparently wanted to get on World's Dumbest Criminals.
Booze and burglary just don't mix.
Marv gives us a call as we enter the elegant library. Do police stations have a library? Maybe a law library, but a massive ornate library with those funny green lamps? Why are they green? Why are they always in libraries? It's another conspiracy. The urgent news that Marv has is that our man crush has in fact arrived at the police station. Marv doesn't want us to fall in love with a cop like him. The hours, the stress. But he's not our dad. So we need to go help Leon immediately. Or, well, almost immediately. I need to use up the spade key so that I can clear space in my inventory. I drop some stuff off and use the key on the office. We Ned merge and get the autoloader for our revolver. This cheeky zombie needs to be taken out, and luckily, I get a crit. Do the code, get the pouch, which will make my life so much easier. Search this room, drop stuff off, and away we go to save my man crush. In the office, we get the extended mag for a gun we'll get later. I decide to grab the herb and put both the mag and the herb back in the item box. Good thing I'm not speedrunning. I grab the card and the arm in the art gallery at the police station. So, quick aside, I know that this place used to be a museum. I know the chief is dirty and getting kickbacks. But what is this? I don't think there's a police station that runs like this. If there is, wouldn't it raise red flags? What do I know? I am obviously not making my man my priority, so time to actually go see him. If you notice at this part, the helicopter can be heard all during the time before it crashes. So I'm forced to assume that Claire walking through this hallway is the catalyst for these deaths. Again, Claire, render aid! Are you even gonna call out to them? I know it, but still, she must be responsible.
I take it you don't have the key.
Just a key to your heart. So our rendezvous is interrupted again by... and... so we remain star-crossed lovers. Marv is pissed that we love Leon more than him and is giving us the silent treatment. And I am going to go give him a piece of my mind. I have an insane amount of difficulty opening this door, but I'm able to get the valve and return to Marv. He's passed out, but I'm still pissed. Back through the office and into the armory. My setup before pays off, and I'm able to get the grenade launcher without alerting either of the zombies that I trapped in there before. Now, I can't get back through that window that I jumped through. So now I have to do another mad dash through a zombie-riddled hallway. I managed to get down the hallway without much of an issue, having to get a bit forceful with a grabby construction worker. Now, I had to do this in order to open up this door here for later. There's the guy that ruined my whole trap them in the armory plan. Luckily, after I sneak by and go into the save room to free up my inventory and save, he apparently disappears. He's probably somewhere, but I'm not going to waste any more ammo than I already have. Getting rid of the super steamy shower and calmly just jaunt into the STARS office. Nothing to see here. After scavenging the office, I now have a detonator complete with battery. Time to blow some stuff up. These guys are creepy, but if you're not in a hurry, they're chill. I mean, they just don't appreciate loud noises, and I get that. I'm a little much sometimes. We fish Scorpion Jug the unicorn, and because I'm terrible at item management, we have to go put some things in the box and place the medallion in. Back in the library, we see the zombie has decided to place themselves directly in my way. I am able to sneak around her and get to the C4. Here's a little trick that I learned from speedrunners to make this a little bit easier. Typically after this explosion, the shell falls to block the door, and dumb criminal zombie will get up and accost you with some new friends who join us in just a minute. Doing what I just did prevents the cabinet from falling, so I can make an easier escape. Wheel, Ladybow Snake, to get the last medallion, and here comes our new friend. Scuttling over to us. Even though I get a hit, I'm able to escape before they get another one on me. At this point, I make my first heal of the hardcore run. Back in the library, I make the executive decision to take out the zombies in here. This room can become an issue later in order to progress, and I don't want to take chances during this run. So I figure I should clear this room and test the resilience of the furniture in here. They really don't make them like they used to. Final medallion in, and we check up on Marv, who is still angry about the whole Leon thing, but is currently dying. So we'll forgive him. I rack up as much ammo and healing as I can, while still leaving room for my safety grenade. Down the elevator, and instead of going through the first door, we go all the way down to get the aforementioned safety grenade. Now we learn why it's a good idea sometimes to hide when the children do.
Do you need help? Here, you can take my hand.
You need help.
Why?
He's right behind you.
What?
Now, Willie B is a bit pissed that we were trying to help his daughter, because as we see, the Birkins are in the running for the worst parents of the year. Thus begins the most riveting boss battle ever. After being a terrible shot, I resort to the acid rounds, then flame rounds, but overall the battle equates to this. As you can see, I'm not a professional gamer, but I managed to complete the battle without taking any damage. Before climbing the ladder, I grab up all the stuff that I didn't grab during my battle and run up to meet Sherry. I feel for Sherry. She's had a rough go. And Sherry is the name of my mother-in-law. And I like my mother-in-law.
You probably love your mother-in-law.
I actually do.
Oh my God! He admitted it!
We make our way to the parking lot where we meet likely the biggest douche in the game. Irons over here takes Sherry from us, claiming false charges, like the corrupt cop he is. We vow vengeance. I need to get that new handgun first, so I grab this yellow box and the very 90s key that's in it to open the trunk of this police car. I go back to the item box and add the extended magazine and drop the revolver for now. We have another liquor section, but again, we just have to be super sneaky. In the morgue, I take out the zombie by the door so he can't get me later. Pulling out the shelf, I can grab the key and turn immediately to get away from the zombie.
I found some decent cheese right here. Enter the room until the first liquor starts moving. After you leave and come back in, it'll be on the wall with the other liquor. Now it's just a matter of being very quiet, and we exit into the hallway.
After that, it's a matter of hugging the wall, and we're out. Reactivating the elevator, we arrive at the chief's office, and listen. I haven't been in many police stations, but everything about this office reeks of corruption, and the rare animals taxidermied all over the place unnerve me. How much are police chiefs supposed to make? I'm no expert, but the last time I saw taxidermy like this was in a mansion. So people with the salary of millions of dollars were also led to believe that he hunted them himself, increasing the cost, I would imagine, significantly. Did no one notice? Leon would have lasted like a day at this police station. Whatever, I find the heart key in the frame and get out of this creepy-ass place as fast as possible.
I never used to get the submachine gun, but I'm doing it on this playthrough just in case.
Bullets and a giant gear collected before we head outside and down the stairs. I take out the two zombies at the bottom of the stairs so that I have a clearer shot to change the water flow. So I have a question. How long has this been in the rain? Wouldn't this fire A, expand, or B, go out? Firemen, please sound off in the comments. No matter what the answer is, Mr. X is furious about the lack of fire safety at this police station and somehow takes it out on me. My dude, I don't even work here. You can't blame me just because my man crush works here. And it's his first day. As we've covered, there are institutional issues with the Raccoon Police Department that are not the fault of just one person. But Mr. X doesn't want to hear this, so I do what I normally do when somebody has a complaint. Lure them outside and run away. I do manage to lose him for a bit by being super stealthy. Through this office again, a liquor has spawned out here, so we're just gonna leisurely walk to this door we unlocked earlier and use the heart key to get this lever thing for the library. Mr. X always finds me here, no matter how quiet I am, so I think this is a scripted event. So we kite him on back and rush around to make it to the office without getting got by the liquor. At this point, because I took care of all of the zombies in the library, I should be able to throw Mr. X off by being slow once I'm on the second floor. Even though this whole ordeal seems to make a ton of noise, I don't see Mr. X chase me up here. Up in the rafters at the police station, would it be this dark up here? Even with there being no light, we're only 2 floors up. It wouldn't be as scary, I guess. We're in the clock tower now, putting big gears in big holes and taking the big gear out of the big hole and then getting a little gear that didn't fit in the hole and replacing it with a big gear and putting the little gear back in its little hole. That destroys what is probably a historic landmark and gets us a little orange box. Back to the eerily too dark 3rd floor to do some zombie dodging. I'm lucky to have a flash grenade that I can use in this utility room to stun everyone in here. I get the knife just in case somebody tries to grab me without consent again, and grab another little orange box. After that, it's just a matter of returning to the office of Carl Ackley and putting the power cubes in the right positions. Electricians, please. Is this real? After a terse conversation with Chief Irons, we now switch perspectives to Sherry. Now right here, I was surprised. I know I had played this game before, And yeah, this was harder than my previous playthroughs, but I wasn't dying half as much as I thought I would. This didn't give me a false sense of security though. Everyone who plays this game knows the police station in and out. There was plenty of time for me to fuck up, and I knew it. Poor Sherry, all alone in the orphanage with a man who said earlier he was going to teach her some manners. Gross. He also says if she hadn't dropped something, he would let her go. Where? Where's he gonna let her go? He's just gonna release a child into the streets to Claire? Whatever. Creepy doll, block, puzzle, scissors. I don't know why Sherry is so scared of irons. Judging by this scene, she has telekinetic abilities. Just look at those floating scissors. Of course, maybe she can only lift something the weight of kid scissors, which sucks. We discover that Irons had decided to take on a whole new type of taxidermy in the middle of a zombie plague. I mean, if there ever was a time. But Sherry doesn't like that, and neither do we. So we melt his face.
Time to teach some manners.
What is the stuff she used? Is acid used in taxidermy? I could look it up myself, but I need engagement. So now we have to play a game I like to call Where's Sherry? Were you looking for a better joke? Because Bokba Soup already made the best one.
I know you're in
This is my mom when I skipped school to play Warcraft.
Eventually, douchebag McMeltyface gets overwhelmed with pain and scuttles over to the bathroom, where I get the key back and make my grand escape to a dead end. Luckily, Willie B is here to save the day and impregnate Irons. Back with Claire 30 minutes earlier, even though I'm pretty sure the entire thing took less than 30 minutes. What do I know? But now, we have the key card to the parking lot. But once we get there, Mr. X, who does not get the hint, tries to attack us again. Listen, man, Claire doesn't have a thing for bald guys. She has a thing for Bieber-esque, perfectly coiffed hair. We fly a few kites around these vehicles as to not use ammo or get hurt.
Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height.
And this zombie, for the first time in my entire life playing this game, gets me. So do all the dogs. Remember when I said there was time for me to fuck this up? Just remember that I said that. Irons has Willie B's baby when we find him, an ordeal that he luckily doesn't survive. Claire says nothing about this, nor attempts to see what the hell came out of him. Whatever, Sherry's all we're after. We find Sherry and get another elevator, and Mr. X is finally put in his place. And Willie B is so elated about his love child with Irons that he gives the elevator a big hug. Hi. Here's a woman going for world's worst mother, coming up short for sure, but trying her best. Her only concern is Willie B, not her daughter, who is, well, we don't know where she is right now, in a world infested with zombies and monsters.
I need to find Sherry.
My daughter is not your concern.
Oh no, you're right. Nothing to be concerned about. Are you ready for everyone's favorite? That's right. Sewer level.
Now I'm gonna smell like shit. Literally.
I wanted to see if there was anything worthwhile in this room. There wasn't, and I wasted ammo. So great. Item box, map, and lowering the drawbridge. Lever, safe, revolver upgrade. I kneecap these guys so they're easier to take down with my handgun. I don't really have to do this, but I'll be back through here a couple of times and I don't want to deal with all three of these guys. Yeah, there's another one over there that will get up after a while. Listen, I'm just justifying my non-pro gamer moves here. I really probably just shouldn't have expended any ammo just then. And now for what is easily my least favorite part of the game. I don't understand how I get through here without killing at least one of these fuckers. So, first one goes. Poorly. I attempt to do a little juke around this one that goes. And this one I can just run past. The problem is, they'll still be out there when I get back. I get the zombie to fall as soon as I walk into this room, so I can lock him in the stairwell and finish him off slowly. Again, probably didn't need to do this, but the fact that I get killed with 2 bites, I just don't want to waste my healing. We run up and down these stairs and jump to get the spark shot and all the chess pieces. Well, most of the chess pieces. And out we go. I take this guy out with a couple of spark shots and run over here. I do a little quick ledge jump so that I don't have to take this guy out. And once he goes under the water, we can get to the ladder easily. That went well until, remember this fucker? The one that I mentioned specifically for me to look out for. Yeah, he bites me. After this, we head back from where we came and use the lever to open this door. We play the elevator game until we're able to clear the zombies in this area. And grab the rook, somehow turning around before getting got by the zombie over here. In the item box room, I place the chess pieces and get to my second least favorite part of the game. This boss sucks. From the beginning room that slowly lights on fire to the small battlefield that you have. I know the keys to use the crane, but holy shit, this isn't an easy battle. Willie B can move fast, and like I said, the arena is tiny. Turning and getting shots off in a timely manner, and getting to the crane's control panel is rough. People are going to tell me to just knife him, and let me say, that barely works for me. I'm never able to get it right, and I didn't want to die more than I already was. I managed to get Willie B down and activate the crane. A grenade or flash grenade will stun him so the container can hit him, and I'm able to finally get rid of Willie B Part 2, the re-Willieing. We finally get Sherry and reprimand her mother for being fucking awful.
She can't be saved.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're her mother. Get in here!
Sherry, Mommy loves you, sweetie.
No! No, you fucking don't! Listen, I'm in the Joel did nothing wrong camp. I will watch cities burn if it saves my kids. Or I would at least make sure my kids are safe. Unlike you, Annette. Your daughter is infected and you can stop it or at least help Claire to stop it. Sherry and I take the cable car down to the lab, thus ending the sewer level. After we get Sherry to a safe place, we need to find that antidote for her. In the cafeteria, we see people eating what is probably not corporate-approved meals.
Our menu is designed for your nutritional needs using our latest biological research. Please enjoy our tasty selection of healthy foods.
After wasting ammo on this guy, I noticed that the zombies have weird AI. When you enter a room they can't enter, it seems like they set themselves up just outside the door to grab you the next time you come through. I don't know if that's true, just thought I'd mention it. Once we have the wristband in the nap room. A nap room? How very tech startup of Umbrella. In the 90s, no less. Maybe they aren't that bad, but remember, that's what they want you to think. I make a few careful selections for this next part, and we come to the room that I have the biggest issue with. What the fuck is this? It's just hollow. It's just hollow. Wouldn't this collapse under the weight of a city? Are we not under the city anymore? Is there any way that this makes any sense? Like, okay, even if it was feasible, why? How much money was dumped into this exact room? There has to be a more efficient way to build this. Audrey now needs to be taken care of, as well as its little minions. I know all the codes because I know them, and I totally didn't look them up to take as little time as possible. Why is there information there if they don't want us to have it? After we get the dispenser, I strategically deal with the plant guy down there and have the most trouble I've ever had with this freaking liquid puzzle. Down the ladder, and we try to sneak through this hallway. It doesn't work really well. I managed to get through anyway, which is lucky. Typically, I get up the stairwell without issue when you use a flashbang. I grab the tuner and rush out to the waiting room. I try to be super sneaky through this next section, but the zombies are just totally killing the vibe. I managed to evade the liquors pretty easily. After chilling down this sick brew, we go all the way back to the plant room and dispense that bitch.
I made it rain, I made it rain on them boys.
Of course, once we grab the wristband that we need, all of Audrey's little minions get up to avenge their mother's death. Too bad I got acid. Not enough to dodge this guy, though, which is great. We are finally down to the finale, and boy, things are about to get awful. After getting the antidote and giving it to Annette to do one fucking useful thing before she dies, especially after we realize this is all her fault.
I should have killed him while I had the chance. I don't know why, I couldn't do it.
He was your husband.
Honestly, we were more married to our work than each other.
So you didn't even care about him that much, and you still let him go? You could have ended it right there, and you didn't, putting your daughter and everyone else at risk, and you don't even care that much about him? Now this boss battle. I thought this boss was going to be run ending. I just could not take this guy out. I had made bad decisions and bad shots. But even if I played it through perfectly, there would still come a point where either I didn't have enough ammo or I just wasn't fast enough to pick it up in the arena. After multiple more times and more deaths that I don't even have all of the footage of, there were hour-long sessions where I was just fighting this boss when I had just lost hope. And I was going to restart from an earlier save somehow, some way. I did it. I save Sherry and Annette dies. Sherry's sad, but her life will be pretty much the same. Didn't seem like her parents were around that much anyway. When we get down to the elevator, we save quickly. This will be our last save of the game, and begin the timed rush to the exit. It's easy to dodge the plants in here.
Sherry, run!
And after Sherry goes to unlock the door and the other plant people show up, I found that you could just climb the ladder. Yeah, you can just climb back up. Or stay on the ladder going up and down if you're trying to save time. But when you get off, you can hug this railing and pretty consistently dodge them. I learned quickly not to waste ammo on this guy. The fire will kill him, but just in case I shoot him in the leg once. That took him out every time. I get the joint plug and get it back into the control room where we see, that's right, Man Crush. He's alive and he's going to find us somehow. He tells us not to worry about him, but baby, we worry. After grabbing the Gatling gun, we enter the final battle. It's interesting how many runs bottleneck around boss battles. I know that's the point, but the only one that I've been able to beat without any deaths was the first boss. Now here, again, I kept running out of ammo. I can't go anywhere else. This is it. There is no other way for me to get more ammo. I can try not to use as much, but with the limited inventory and the need to pick up the joint plug and the Gatling gun, I usually have to drop something anyway. The deaths kept coming. Sometimes I felt like I would get close, only to completely run out of ammo. Like absolutely zero ammo. What was I supposed to do? There wasn't any ammo in the arena, but there was one thing in my inventory. Something I hadn't used before. Something I literally said earlier in this video I wouldn't be able to use. A knife. Yes, in my desperation not to have to go back to re-record a bunch of stuff just to get this video out and complete the game on hardcore, I ran at Willie B with my knife. I did it. I did it. I rejoice. I did it. I had no ammo, nothing left, and right at the buzzer, this game is done. I watch as Sherry and I escape on the train. After the credits and the sneak peek of the B scenario, the results pop up. An A! I got an A! I really thought it was going to be much worse between the deaths and the saves, but no. First time ever playing on hardcore mode in Resident Evil 2 Remake, I got an A. Now, I've played this game a lot, and I know that this feat probably isn't the most impressive that you guys have ever seen. But I feel it. The sense of accomplishment that you get. After spending an hour on a boss battle, you finally break through and proceed. I've never understood the appeal of difficult games, and maybe my thoughts will change, but I still think there's a line. With Resident Evil 2, I haven't found that line yet. I thought the difficulty was great, and even after I got frustrated, I still managed to beat it. I mean, I had to for this video, but you know what I mean. Thank you for joining me on this adventure and watching me go through this. Is it the worst torture I've experienced playing a hard video game? No. Did it make me want to give up sometimes? Yeah. But all in all, this was a pretty good time. Is there a difficult game or a difficult mode that you want to see me play? Let me know in the comments. You can also join Aliens in the Doghouse on Discord by becoming a Patreon member and come talk to us about games. What games should I play? Let us know. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.